welcome along and welcome back to Ohio, an American life of farming. And yeah, we are taking our 7R here. We're hooking up to the plow, which we left at this field here, because we need to get on with some of the autumn working, trying to get ourselves ready for next year to get some seeding done. We're going to set this off. Actually, we want to get this to finish at the far corner. But yeah, we need to plough this field that we had the maize in this year. Need to get that ready. So field 13, we're going to set the 7R off doing that. Once this has got ready, all of our fields are in dire need of getting some fertilizer and some nitrogen in. So we're going to be looking at probably getting a slurry tanker with a direct cultivator injector in it and doing all of our fields with that. We have a ton of slurry. We're not putting any... I'm going to stop putting any straw in with our cows for now. And hopefully that will generate enough slurry for us to do that with. Of course, a source of income we've got is a whole load of manure that we've got. First though, let's generate a course. Field 13, starting direction automatic, no islands on here, width is correct, headland. I want it to do a couple of headland passes. We want it to do the up downs first, smooth in the corners because it's a towed piece of kit, and that is all good. So that should end up this corner here, perfect, and starts down that bottom corner there. So let's head down there and get this started. And down the far end of the field, let's bring this round. Starting point, nearest waypoint. Unfold this. It's a fairly thin starting point here. So drop that down. And away it goes. And I'm going to nearest waypoint, drive course. And the 7R is off and getting this field sorted. In the meantime, we have run out of hay bales for our cows. We're not far off having the silage ready, which is great news. But yeah, hay bales very much in short supply. I think we're going to borrow money for today. And then we will see if we can sell some of this giant pile of manure that we have in here. That our cows are actually climbing up. We've still got space for it. I'm just wondering, actually, maybe getting a conveyor belt to empty this out would be a better idea than doing it via a shovel. Yeah, we're going to need to borrow some money to get things moving. Let's pull our Phoenix truck out of here. And then we can load up there we go, unfold the back. So that we can then load up our telehandler onto it. It's going to have to follow us back later. But on the way there, this will work quite nicely. And we're going to load this up with as many hay bales as we can. We're going to have to borrow the money to do it. Because obviously we don't have the cash. But that should be fine. Borrowing money for this should be good. We are on there well enough. Let's fold the back of that up. And other way. There we go. And it's a pity I can't do that with my with the joystick. And then off we go. Let's go and take this down to the shop and get ourselves loaded up with some hay bales. I think selling off manure is going to be a really, really good way for us to make enough money to sort of cover our daily costs. My biggest problem is our trailer that I would use to cart it all is currently full of rice. Because we're halfway through that contract and because we're keeping our fingers crossed and hoping that the whole thing just sort of dries out enough. The moisture levels are at what was it? It was yeah, 24%. I think I checked it before I started. which is high, especially as with the late autumn temperatures, we're getting 3 degrees C. We have a little bit of drying out mid-afternoon, but otherwise we're kind of hoping that this temperature is not going to stay this low. If we get into winter, we're just not going to be able to hire this rice. Harvest this rice. So yeah, don't know quite what we're going to do there. Let's go and see how much the cost of all of these bales is going to be. So bales, we want a large stack of square dry grass bales. There we go. So large stack, most we can get is 30. That is going to be 18,000. So we're going to need to borrow about 30,000 today in order to get this. That is quite a big stack of bales we'll have to load up. So let's head out here and go and see what the bank says. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, gives us just enough money to do this. So back into the shop we go. And buying bales. Large stack of dry grass square bales. Bang and buy. There we go. 18,700. Not far from where we started, really. So we need to get all of these onto the trailer. We know that we can only do stacks of 4. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 stacks onto here. Which will be sort of 4 stacks along here. Should be okay. May even have space left for our telehandler. So we'll have a look at that. So I can get these loaded up and going to do it 2 at a time. And then we will head out back to our farm and we'll see if the silage is ready. If the silage is ready, that's great. We will be able to immediately go and do some mixed ration bales or mixed ration for the cows. If not, then we're gonna have to feed them some of this hay and hopefully just enough to keep it going until they are until the silage is done and we can start doing it that way. And then we need to start looking at how we are going to get more grass onto our farm in order to actually not have to be paying nearly 20,000 every few days just to feed these cows. At one point I did entertain the idea of doing 5 rows with 6 bales in each. It would have fit just. The advantage of what I've done here, going with these sort of 4 rows with 3 on the last one, does mean that it takes up slightly less space on the trailer, meaning that we could also get the telehandler back on at the back. But it also means that it's a little bit less of a pain to pick off at the other end. We should be able to pick up the full 4 stacks at the other end, which means it should take less time for us to unload them. Also means that I can take those 2 triple stacks at the back and pretty much immediately feed those to the cows. Hopefully that's going to be enough to do for now. That will take us down to 24 bales that we've got here, which hopefully should be enough to keep us going for a while, especially as the slurry should come good fairly soon. And then it really is a case of, right, where can we get grass? We do have 3 fields that we have that would work as grass fields. We also have some areas around the farm that I think we can cut down some trees and create some new grass areas around the farm. So I think we might be doing that too. There we go, and there we are. But that is that trailer nicely loaded up. So in order to get this back, what we're going to do is get this jammed into the back of these bales, anchor it on nicely, but first we need to get it back on the trailer. There we go. So that is on the trailer. And then we will lift the back of this up. Hopefully our telehandler stays put. So up, around and in. Very nicely done. And then we just come to here. Because we can't strap this telehandler down, just stick these. Whoa. Okay, we have to back it off ever so slightly and stick it in here. Now my worry is, look at that fuel level on that telehandler. That is not good. We need to put fuel into that somehow. Truck isn't so bad. We've still got a quarter of a tank. But this is the big problem. This is why we took on the giant rice contract. We need to get money in from that rice contract in order to keep the farm ticking over, or we need to find another way to bring some income in. The other option is, of course, that I sell some equipment that we're not using off, but I don't think that's a good long-term solution. The only thing I can think to sell at the moment is the cultivator, and we're going to be using, well, we're going to be cultivating with the whole setup, or with the slurry setup, but it's not going to be, I don't want to be completely out of the way with that. Right, let's get this off. So little fuel. This is not good. As I said, we're going to put the first 6 bales here straight in with our cows. We may have a little bit of fuel in our fuel bowser, so I might go and grab that from the field. That's out there waiting to fuel up anything we need to get that rice harvest finished. But I'm thinking possibly at the moment borrowing 5,000 and basically buying fuel with that to keep the farm going. If we were to do that, we'd be in pretty good place. Let's get this into here though. That's too high. Down and in. There we go. And then up. Hoping that that's not going to tip the bales off behind it. Never mind. Not always so easy. They tend to jostle around a little bit while we're moving and everything. And we've got some silage in there we can use as well. So that's good. Yeah, 6 bales should do this. We'll put some silage in as well, and that will help. Once we clean that up, that will keep our cows going rather nicely. It'll be a little bit longer getting the rest of these bales out. Hopefully, this will be enough to tide these cows over, though, until we need to. Then we can start having a look at the weight. We've got to be getting fairly close on some of these cows to the sale weight that we want. And if we can do that, that is the point that this farm is going to start really paying off. We've got all our own crops in, so that's good. We have got all of our cows kept alive, again is good. But are any of them yet in a position where we can sell them for some profit? Considering how expensive this year has been. The amount of money they make actually is quite a lot on top of what their original price was. But it's gonna be it's gonna make or break the farm. We basically want to get rid of this 1.3 million that we've got hanging over our heads. Cows are better after 6 bales, but oh, that's not great. They need cleaning. Have we got any that are reaching 1,200 pounds? Yes, look at this, 1169. We've got a few that are just over the 1,100 pound mark at this point. Quite a lot just over the 1,100 pound mark. It looks like by winter time we're going to be selling off our first cows, maybe about 2 days time, which would make a massive difference. I am going to have to put a second stack of these bales in. That is nuts how much feed they get through. But hopefully this is all going to be worth it. I've got to get that up to the orange line. If I can get it up to orange, they're going to be okay for another day, and we can start mixing in the massive amount of silage that we have. Now, this is where 4 stacker bales is really, really unstable. Will it go in? Yes, it will. There we go. And how's that? Where's that get us? That gets us into the orange. For safety, 1 more stack. And that will take us over the halfway point. And yeah, we need to generate a stupidly huge amount of food on this farm for the amount of cows we have. Just to get them up to weight. And the more that we can farm and do it, the better. Turning all 3 of those fields we have that are currently unplanted into grass fields is the next thing we absolutely have to do. There we go. Do we have enough fuel left in this to go and drop this off and get buckets on and then hopefully unload those other bales? In fact, let's go and unload those other bales first. That would be a good start. So we'll take this over there, we'll turn it off, and hopefully we're going to have enough just to do 4 trips with those bales and get them unloaded and into this shed. 2 stacks out, 2 stacks to go, and we've still got a little bit of fuel in the tank. Don't want to be wasting time with the engine running, so we'll get those unhooked quickly, get that in. I'm basically going to run this telehandler today until it runs out of fuel, and then if we've still got anything to do, we'll go and see if there's anything in the fuel trailer. I'm not sure there is, but if the longer we can stave off having to refuel anything on the farm, the better we are. There we go. 1 more stack. Over here. This is the trouble. Until we actually make some income, we are running on debt and fumes. There we go. And that is in. That's it. Oh, that is in. Good. Right. Let's go and just dump off the forks on this quickly. Get our bucket on and see if we can get this into here. There we go. And drop it off. Grab our buckets and head into the cow shed to get this cleaned up and hopefully get our cows in a happier position. The only thing I can think to sell is oh god, is slurry. We have got some. We didn't make a lot of money off the slurry we sold last time, which is why I'm kind of thinking of switching it. But we could sell the slurry and then use digestate on the fields. So that is an alternative. Tip that. Wow. Why are you not taking the slurry? The silage. What is up with that? Let's try that again. There we go. Now it's taking it. Right. And then we got a new load over here. Ooh. Might as well empty it while we're at it. I'll get the rest of it. There we go. Nice clean cows and nice extra bit of feed for them. Perfect. So how is that looking? That is looking pretty good. I'm going to just go park this in its shed before it absolutely runs out of fuel. There we go. And that is done. Oh, man. Right, that is that. How is our tractor doing? Really good, actually. That is a great position for that to be in. So, I think we want to next be looking at what level of moisture the rice is at. So, as we don't have a wopster, easiest place for us to do that is to be up at this field here. All we need to do is make sure we've got the right part of the combine selected and turn it on. Once we start the engine, right, and 21.4% is what it's at. So, yeah, it's still ever so slightly too high on the moisture level to do. We don't have a huge amount left on this contract either. It is over here, 67% of field 30 is done. And it's just, yeah, I don't know how much is delivered, but we've got 20,000 litres in there. I don't know how much we've got on our trailer. Let's just uncover it and have a look. Trailer's looking reasonably full, so there's plenty there as well. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Hopefully by the end of today, that will be sorted. In the meantime, we're going to try and claw a little bit of money back, knowing that we need to hire a piece of equipment to do what we want to do next. I know that our trailer is taken up. The only thing we can sell on the farm is some of the slurry. We know we'll get digestate for it, so it's actually not a huge problem. But slurry doesn't sell for a massive amount. If we go and have a look over here, slurry at the biogas plant sells for 180. Let's get the settings right. There we go. $180 per 1,000 litres. So it's a really low sale that it goes for. But it is better than nothing. We can fit 67,000 litres in here, which is only about $10,000 that we'll get for this load. That is $10,000 that would be very, very useful to us right now. So we're gonna just back this up, fill this up with some slurry, and see if we can go and make. If we can do 2 or 3 trips today, that would be £30,000, which would be more than enough to cover our debt for the day, and should be enough for us to get everything else. Let's open up, refill it. We got 27,000 litres of slurry. Oh no, sorry, 271,000 litres of slurry. That is perfect. Yeah, let's see if we can get 3 loads of this in at least, and get some money back. And that is the tank filled. Let's close that off, and then we can head down to the BGA and start unloading this. And I want to check while I'm down there exactly how much digestate we have stored there, because that is going to be what we get. The best way for us to go on here, I think, sell the manure, sell the slurry, spread digestate on our fields. So down to the BGA, we should be able to get this unloaded over here. There we go, bringing it in. Now, I think it only does that if I go and unload position. No, I need to get closer then. It's one of those things where it's always a little bit iffy. There we go. Right. Handbrake on. Unload slurry. I close that. Does it stop? No, it doesn't. So yeah, we don't need to open it up. Now the digestate, I think, comes out of here. So let's just have a double check of that. Yeah, we've got a fill box. Yeah, we've got a fill box there. So that is exactly where the digestate comes out of. So we'll look to do that in a minute. At the moment, we've still got about 66% left. That is as much as it will take. We're down to 13%. That's interesting. Pull out of it and push back. Normally, that's because it's full, but that is not looking full. Maybe our digestator's full. Now that would be a problem. Right now, we've got nothing to empty the digestate with. No, that has gone down a little bit. So our indicator here is not covering the amount of slurry we've got. So we need to leave this a little bit and see if it will eventually unload. Yeah, it's doing little bits. Right, hopefully this has now waited long enough to do this. And we're down to, yes, there we go. Ah, just 1,040 short. Our other tractor has finished work though now. So what we're going to do is stop driver, bring this off, and yeah, pretty happy with that. Let's get this off the field. And do we have any? I don't think we have anywhere yet to wash our kit. Did I? I don't think I've put in a pressure washer yet. So we'll have to put this in the barn in this state for now. So reverse it up here, like so. Because we don't have any more ploughing to do right now. Really, the only ploughing we have to do each year is anywhere we plant the corn. So there we go. That's that done. And detach that and that. And I would like to use this tractor to start spreading some digestate, but without borrowing more money, which I don't want to do right now, we can't really do that. So I'm just going to park this away in this shed over here, and hopefully by the time we've done this, our lorry should be ready to empty this last 1,000 litres. Start the engine up. There we go. Perfect. Right. Hoping if I drive over here now, this is going to ask me if I want to fill up with this rather than actually filling up with it. If it actually fills up with it, I've got a problem. Brake off. Open it up. Now what does it say? Yeah, we've got 46,255 litres of digestate. There we go. That answers that question. Hopefully we'll have over 50,000 litres. Yeah. Really, that was only that much of how much we put in here last time? Yeah, 46,000 litres of digestate. So we are selling this off and getting not a massive amount back, but that's fine. Hopefully, as I said, there'll be enough to do the fields. If there isn't, there isn't, but we need the money more right now. Back to the farm for round 2. Let's bring this through here. It's always fun manoeuvring this big equipment that we've got here around this yard, because even though this is not a small yard, it is tight in places, or tight for this kind of level of machinery. If you're using smaller stuff, absolutely you can get around this yard easily, but some of the kit we've got here is absolutely humongous. Right, and fill this up then. So refill. We've still got 200,000 litres of slurry in here, so plenty more we can sell and try and sort our money out. We're going to get about $12,000 per load off this, so this will take up to trade for 36 let's have a look at our finances and see how much our loan interest and everything costs us each day. So we cost in loan interest each day only 5,000. So 3 loads of slurry today will help sort us out very, very nicely. We've just got to do that, and we can sell slurry in order to buy hay bales. It seems a couple of loads of this means a couple of load of hay bales we can buy. Trailer is full, closing it up and heading back to the BGA, and coming into the BGA, unloading the second one. There we go. Almost into position. It's not massively easy to drive this straight in. You do need to kind of get yourself into position once you're in here. Pump this out. And yeah, it's going to take about 50,000 litres of this straight off the bat. And then I'll have to wait around a little bit for it to do the other bit. So emptying the slurry out, and I've sped the time up a little bit. We've got a great demand at the superstore that's come up. What is that for? Is that for anything we have in storage? It is for rice. Of all things, it's for rice. Hopefully that will hold for 24 hours because we have rice that needs to be delivered. Top price for rice overall is gonna be... Where are you, rice? There you are. Yeah, top price for rice is 541. I would love to take advantage of that. That would be absolutely perfect if we'd been able to finish that contract. And that is really, really awful for us. If I was to cancel either contract at the moment, we would be in trouble. There we go. Well, we can cancel the contract we have that has a little bit, but otherwise... Yeah, that's my lights. Love that the Phoenix on the front of this lights up when you put the lights on. That is pretty cool. Which of our contracts delivers to the superstore? To the superstore, currently, is the one we're on. So we could make an absolute packet if it dried out a little bit more for us. Where am I going? There we are. So yeah, we really need this to dry out a little bit now, because we would make a lot of money off that contract if we could get that completed right now. And as I say that, I realise that that's exactly what's happened. The moisture's gone. We've got no moisture left. That means only one thing. It's time to get back to this rice contract and make some money. Make some serious money. Things are looking up. I am so pleased about that. So let's back this up. We will drop this trailer off here. Disconnect that. And that means that I am headed back up to the rice field to get that harvest finished. But that is going to be what we do next time. So, all that remains this time is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye. Oh, come on, you're kidding me!